2006, Linda Greenhouse of the New York Times runs a story in the New York Times about the scarcity of women law clerks at the Supreme Court that year. There were 7, I believe, that year out of 37. And she wrote a story about that. And that seemed to me very odd and unacceptable. And I started thinking about what I could do. First of all, why is that happening? And what can I do about it? What's the problem? What can I do? So the problem seemed to me, these networks that judges rely on for clerk hiring, some professor networks, were excluding women, or at least women weren't fully represented in those. That's true with minorities as well, by the way. And so I made sure when I was talking to professors at law schools that I made sure I wanted to see a broad pool of well-qualified applicants, including women. And in that year, for example, fall of 2006, which was my first year on the bench, we hire a year ahead, so I'm hiring for 2007. I hired 3 women for that clerk class, 2007, 3 out of the 4. Zena Bash, Britt Grant, and Porter Wilkinson. Zena's right here. That was the start of my efforts to make sure that women were not being excluded. And I really worked on why is this happening. So Yale Law Women did a study about 5 years ago about participation in class, the differences on who gets called on in class. And there's slight differences there, men and women, who then get selected as research assistants, slight differences there, and it just keeps building till you get a disparity in the clerk network. And there's a pipeline problem, and I've said I'm breaking through that problem. I'm not listening to that. And so I've been very aggressive about hiring the best and understanding that the best include women. And as you say, Senator, a majority of my clerks have been women, 25. I believe 21 of them have gone on to clerk at the Supreme Court. And they're an awesome group. And if confirmed to the Supreme Court, I will continue to do this. What it takes, and I think my mom showed me this, President Bush showed me this a little, what it takes is just not accepting the same old answer. Oh, there's a disparity. Well, why? And then do something about it. And I try to figure out why, and we can talk about minority clerks too, but on women, why were those disparities existing as described by Linda Greenhouse? And I tried to figure out why, and then I did something about it. I'm very proud of that, because I do believe that all people should be treated equally, and the law clerk position, which may sound ministerial, and to some extent the job is helping the judge and shortly out of law school, but those positions are very important launching pads for the next generation of leaders. The people will be sitting in these seats. The people will be sitting in my seat. Lots of them are going to come from law clerks. So if we're not being inclusive now, that will show up later. So it's just been a critical part. It's something I'm very focused on at all times, is equality in the clerkship hiring process and making sure women are getting the same opportunities that men are. I appreciate the question, Senator.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate the answer. And I think everybody in this country should appreciate the answer. And I think it distinguishes you. Late last year, allegations against former Ninth Circuit Judge Alex Kozinski surfaced when the Washington Post published an article detailing disturbing allegations of misconduct by the judge. You clerked for Judge Kozinski for